Welcome to Animal Atlas. Come with us around the globe and explore the animal world and its jungle animals and desert creatures. We'll meet wildlife on the savannah and see our underwater friends. And animals from the Arctic Circle. Anywhere, everywhere animals live. It's always an adventure. Today on Animal Atlas, we're leaving our friends at the zoo. In the wild, and on the farm behind. And we're headed to the aquarium.
Ahoy, mateys! Fasten your life jackets and hang on to the boat rail. We're headed out to Davy Jones' locker.
To the great wide ocean, where the waves crash on the shore, where harbor seals frolic in the surf, and where the giant elephant seals haul out to enjoy the pleasures of a sunny day. Where shorebirds dart past in the sand, or sail overhead in great numbers, near the boat docks, near the shoreline amusement park rides, along the seafront boardwalk, near the city skyline of Chicago? Hey, that's no ocean, that's Lake Michigan. That's right, one of the Great Lakes, almost smack in the middle of the United States. About as far from the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean as you can get. It's quite true. There are some wonderful aquariums right next to the ocean, like Marineland of Florida. But inland aquariums also grant visitors windows into the underwater lives of the most extraordinary animals imaginable. And besides the water dwellers, at the aquarium, you just might meet some other startling animals. From the wattled jacana, a long-toed lily pad walker from South America, to the dinner plate-sized Goliath bird-eating tarantula, one of the 2 biggest spiders in the world. At the aquarium, you might also encounter the Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard, whose saliva is deadly. But not as deadly as the toxic skin of the colorful poison arrow frogs. Ah yes, zoos and animal parks and animal sanctuaries are wonderful places to visit to meet our favorite animals. But so is the aquarium. Shall we pay an inland aquarium a visit? After you. The John G. Shedd Aquarium in Chicago was named after the retired business leader who donated more than $2 million for a standalone aquarium near the shores of Lake Michigan way back in the early 1920s. This bold neoclassical facade, with its remarkable Art Deco details, was completed in December of 1929, a few months after the stock market crash, which would herald the beginning of the Great Depression. But this beautiful building, in its idyllic location, was a morale booster for everyone who visited. Where did the seawater come from? In 1930, 20 railroad tank cars made 8 round trips between Key West, Florida and Chicago to deliver 1 million gallons of seawater. Not only did the lucky visitors gain a window into the undersea world, but Grandad, the Australian lungfish, found a home for nearly 3/4 of a century. Yes, Grandad, the fish with the distinguished spots, became a resident of the Shedd Aquarium in 1933, making him the oldest fish in a public aquarium. These are people that would have met old Grandad. And so are these. Amazing. In the early 1970s, the Shedd Aquarium added Caribbean Reef, a massive 90,000-gallon tank reproducing a Caribbean coral reef, complete with living coral, and an astounding array of tropical fish. There's no doubt that this is still one of the most popular and magical of all the exhibits. In the early 1990s, the Shedd Aquarium opened its Oceanarium with a 2 million gallon main tank that is backed by a wall of windows looking out over Lake Michigan. Who lives here? None other than the acrobatic Pacific white-sided dolphins and the always smiling canary of the sea, the beluga whale. Aquariums are more than just displays and shows, however. There are animals here with stories to tell. Meet Nickel, a green sea turtle. Nickel survived a boating accident. The propeller struck her shell here and here, and also partially paralyzed her rear flippers. Nickel has recovered, but as the result of her accident, she swims with her head down and rump up. See the difference between how Nickel swims and how this ocean-living green sea turtle swims? But Nickel has found a home at the Shed Aquarium, and she delights visitors and is very affectionate to her trainers. Not only does she enjoy being hand-fed, but touch is something she also enjoys. For Nickel and old Granddad, the aquarium is a magical place. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll meet some more residents of the aquarium. But first, let's see if you can guess this animal fact. Green sea turtles are so named because A. Their shells are green. B. Their body fat is green. C. They appear green underwater. Or D. They are susceptible to seasickness. The answer coming up when we return to Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? Green sea turtles are so named because... The answer is B, because their body fat is green. You can laugh, but it's true. A big draw at any aquarium is the marine mammals, which includes the cetaceans, like dolphins, and whales, like our friendly beluga whale. Marine mammals are warm-blooded animals who breathe air with lungs just like we do, along with a whole host of other familiar mammals. Cetaceans, however, don't breathe out of nostrils as we know them, but out of a blowhole on the top of their head. A wonderful adaptation for an animal that needs to rise periodically to the surface to breathe, like this. And really can't stop to do this, which is called spy hopping, every time it needs to breathe, or have a little fun with a passerby. Cetaceans, as warm-blooded mammals, are not related to fish, despite having a life in the ocean in common. And though their silhouette may resemble sharks, once you know what to look for, it's easy to tell the difference between a shark and a cetacean. How, you ask? First off, a shark is a fish. All fish are cold-blooded and come in two basic types. Bony fish, which includes a very wide variety, both in the tropics and in cold water environments. And cartilaginous fish, which includes sharks and rays. What's the difference between the bony and the cartilaginous? There are a number of important things. For example, unlike bony fish, who have a skeleton made of bone, sharks have no bones. Their skeleton is made of cartilage, a fibrous substance which is tough, but not as hard as bone. Our nose and ears are made of cartilage. Wiggle your ear with your fingers and you'll understand sharks a little better. Really? Sharks can only swim forward, while bony fish can swim both forward and backwards. Bony fish have covered gill slits and slippery overhanging scales, while sharks have exposed gill slits, numbering 5, 6, or 7 on each side. And they have rough, sandpaper-like placoid scales. A shark's mouth is underslung, while a bony fish's mouth can vary from the sourpuss face to the kissable. Well, almost. So this is how to separate the cartilaginous from the bony. But what about the cartilaginous from the cetaceans? As we've seen, cetaceans breathe through blowholes, while sharks filter oxygen from the water with their uncovered gills. Cetacean skin is as smooth as a baby's bottom, while sharks have skin like sandpaper. Cetaceans have a neat row of conical teeth, while sharks can have 5 rows of jagged teeth, numbering up to 3,000 at one time. But the fact is, if you are swimming out in the ocean and you're looking at this, you're too close. Let's try to separate the cetacean from the shark at a distance, shall we? The best way to tell the difference is observing the way the animal swims. Sharks move their bodies in the classic fish motion, from side to side. See? Cetaceans move their tail in an up and down motion. See the difference? What if the animal isn't moving? Then look at the dorsal fins, the fin on the animal's back. It's not the color that's important, since both black-tip reef sharks and the Pacific white-sided dolphins have bi- or tricolored dorsals. It's the number. Cetaceans only have 1 dorsal fin, or none, while sharks have 2 dorsal fins, or sometimes 1. But if you see 2 dorsal fins, you know it's not a dolphin or a whale. Sharks are all predatory man-eaters, right? No, they aren't. In fact, far from it. There are around 400 species of known sharks, and only a handful are any threat to us. The majority are either shy and intent on minding their own business, and are more likely to flee than fight. Others are downright friendly and even affectionate. Some, like the black-tip reef shark, are not necessarily dangerous animals, but they should be respected when encountered in open water. And any shark with teeth like those should be respected on principle alone. Sharks appeared around 390 million years ago, long before the dinosaurs, and have survived and flourished as a top ocean predator in the subsequent millennia. Long after the dinosaurs disappeared from the Earth, to end up just fossil memories in museums. How do aquariums feed these predators of the deep? When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll attend shark feeding at the aquarium. But first, let's see if you can guess this next animal fact. What is a batoid? A, a cousin of the shark. B, a lesser-known superhero. C, a fact about bats. Or D, a warty growth. Don't go away, the answer coming up right after this on Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? What is a batoid? The answer is A, a cousin of the shark. Yes, a favorite animal at any aquarium are these graceful cartilaginous fish, the rays, known collectively as batoids. Sometimes rays are exhibited in shallow pools with sandy bottoms so that visitors can view them just below the water's surface and be delighted by an up-close and personal encounter. At aquariums, rays can be seen gliding just beyond the underwater viewing glass wall or being fed by divers. This certainly demonstrates the meaning of the phrase, handout. At Shed Aquarium, rays can even be followed from above as they sail along beneath the transparent walkway. What a variety of graceful and magical-looking creatures. They come in all shapes and sizes. In fact, there are well more than 500 batoid species. Here's a blue-spotted ray. Here's an eclipse stingray. The exotic-looking tiger stingray makes its home not in the ocean, but in the Amazon. The cow-nose ray is distinctive because of, well, its bovine smile. See the resemblance? Scientists believe that batoids, like our rays here, branched off from the sharks near the end of the age of the dinosaurs. Their unique appearance is an adaptation to their bottom-dwelling lifestyle. Batoids have enlarged pectoral fins, which are fused to the head and extend toward the tail, comprising what is called the disc. These large pectoral fins allow the batoids to swim as if in flight. And it's easy to see why their fins are referred to as wings. Cow-nose rays are confirmed shellfish eaters, with a taste especially for crunchy crabs and oysters. Here, the ray sucks sand out of its gills and flaps its wing fins to churn up the sand and sediment to expose the hidden shellfish. its powerful tooth plates will snap and grind the shells like a nutcracker. For ease of bottom eating, the ray's mouth is on its underside. See where it takes the food into its mouth? And as you can see here, the ray's gill slits are on the underside too. Some seabed sharks are also flattened for better bottom dwelling, like this wobbegong shark, also called a carpet shark, for reasons easy to understand. But in seabed sharks, the pectoral fins are separate from the head and not fused into a grand flying disc with wings. Did you hear that? It's almost feeding time at the aquarium. Let's head down to the kitchen. No, fish aren't cooked here in the marine mammal kitchen, but fish dinners are carefully prepared. Volunteers, interns, and staff work tirelessly, weighing, measuring, cleaning, grinding, and washing herring, squid, and other delectables. In the kitchen, good fish are separated from the bad. What's the difference? Good fish are whole, while bad fish are missing pieces. They might taste the same. These fish pieces have been opened to bacteria. So, out with the bad. Aquariums take cleanliness very seriously. A worker needs to dip his or her boots into a bleach solution before heading into the animal's quarters. The result? Happy and healthy animals with a good appetite. Out in the Oceanarium Stadium, trainers and dolphins not only put on a show, but the trainers work with the animals to desensitize them to our touch. Why? This way, the animals will submit to medical examinations and to having blood drawn without even a whimper. Here, the trainer and dolphin practice with the ultrasound wand. And you thought it was all fun and games, didn't you? Down at the shark feeding platform, look at this. Restaurant-quality shark food. We've seen rays being fed by divers, along with a couple of nurse sharks. But generally, sharks aren't fed by divers in the tank, since they can become a little too aggressive and demanding. Instead, they are fed with tongs from a feeding platform, and each shark knows when it's its turn for lunch. How does the shark know? Remember, these are intelligent animals. Each shark is assigned a shape which is lowered into the water to signal room service has arrived. This is the shape for Seymour, the zebra shark. This is the shape for the white-spotted guitarfish named Lucille. This is the shape for Ginsu, the green sawfish. Sounds are often used in conjunction with these shapes since sound travels well underwater. Sounds like clicking, the tinkle of a triangle, or even the gentle pounding of the tongs on the tank wall. Does it work? Hey, Seymour. Hey, Lucille. Hey, Ginsu. Yes, it does. And now we know why the extra long tongs are used for Ginsu, the green sawfish. That's a 4-foot razor-sharp rostrum on a 14-foot and still growing hungry animal. Ginsu's not aggressive, but she does want her lunch. Those saw teeth aren't actually teeth. They are really modified scales, which enlarged over time and became embedded deep inside the rostrum, which is simply another name for a snout-like projection. Though it sure looks like something else altogether. Feeding time at the shark tank turns out to be more exciting than terrifying. Right, Seymour? Yes, at the aquarium, we are likely to meet a host of marine mammals, not to mention a whole host of fish, from the cartilaginous to the bony. But there's also animals that look like flowers, but who are really voracious predators, and who are fast friends with clownfish. At the aquarium, there might be an octopus who changes color to suit its mood, or its environment. Let's not forget crabs, some familiar, some positively exotic. Lobsters hang out at aquariums, as do shrimp. Seahorses might gallop by, while moon jellies give us a glimpse into another world. And at the aquarium, there are some animals that are downright inexplicable. Hey, anyone know what that thing is? Well, of course you do. You're a genius. Goodbye from the aquarium. For more fun animal facts and news, visit our website at www.animalatlas.tv. See you there. Don't go away. Animal Atlas will be right back. Until next time on Animal Atlas.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Phil.
People out there?
Yep, people.
Ring around the rosy. I'm dizzy.
Got him.
To be or not to be?
Bubbles.
And they're off. As they round the first turn, the zebra's in the lead because no one else is racing.
Darling, alone at last.
Tag, you're it.
Once again, we've traveled the globe from North and South America to Africa and Asia to Australia and every fascinating place in between. We've met all kinds of incredible animals and learned some important facts about their ability to survive and flourish on our planet. And with our help, we'll make sure they're around for a long time to come. Join us next week for another amazing adventure on Animal Atlas.